Hey everybody, it's me, AkashaWolf, and if you guys noticed, I've been trying to keep up with my videos with you guys, and I've been trying to constantly get something out there for you, because I had fell behind big time, for a while, and if it happens again, I want to be able to, leave you guys with a good bit of something. And I'm sorry about how long some of my videos are, and some of you like it, some of you don't, and I would like to try to satisfy all of you, but I know that's like a hard thing to do and it probably won't happen. But the point is that I was gonna say is that the past 2 videos or 3 that I did were really long because of the subjects they were on. And if you think about it this way, you'd probably spend a lot more time reading about it than listening to one of my videos for like maybe 20 minutes or half an hour. So it's kind of like a lot easier than reading from a book. And some of you I know do not like to read from a book. That's probably like another reason why you're watching my videos, because it's sort of like an easier way for you to learn. And I used to be kind of like that, but eventually I got over that and I started reading books, and you get a lot of information from books. So I'm just your talking book, okay? I'm your talking book. So anyways, the subject that I'm talking about today is basically spells, and which ones could possibly be false or true or just are not going to happen, and what spells are actually not spells but more like a practice. And this comes to a lot of different things. A lot of you may try to do transformations. A lot of you may try to do there's love spells, there's money spells, there's protection spells, and there's there's all kind of spells out there. And then there's spells to obtain better abilities. There's telekinesis, pyrokinesis, and all those really awesome, I guess you can say, abilities. And some of these topics are not spells necessarily. They can help you, I guess, obtain those abilities, but it does not just happen with one spell. Some of this stuff is actually a practice. And some of them are kind of, really outrageous and just, I guess you can say, fluffy. The term on SpellsOfMagic.com. And the thing about that is that it's not really my place to tell you if werewolf or vampire transformation is possible, because literally I cannot say whether it is or isn't, because I know that maybe this might make me sound like a fluffy or not at all to be taken seriously, but I can't really say that because I don't totally know that. And it does seem like something really, really crazy that just wouldn't be possible. But the thing is that if you don't have some sort of belief, or at least maybe think maybe possible, I'm not saying that I'm subscribing to that type of thing, but that it's a possibility, you know what I'm saying? Some may say it's impossible, some may say it's possible. So I'm not necessarily going to say whether I totally believe it or not, because I feel that I can't necessarily, it's just hard for me to say whether it is or isn't true, because there's so much out there that just has not been discovered. And I feel that if you are, or anyone was, and I'm not trying to encourage this at all, werewolf or vampire or anything like that, who's to say it's like what is in the movies, just like they have for witches, maybe vampire's not the same thing, because there's such a thing called as psychic vampires, people who suck your energy. Not like they bite you and then they suck your energy, but they might upset you a lot, because some of them like to feed off of the negative energy, because it's easier to have it directed at you when you are when you want to make someone mad. And I'm wondering if this is kind of not a good topic for me to be talking about, but it's kind of something that I need to get out there for some of you that will keep on asking for vampire spells and werewolf spells. Now, for you guys, and for my viewers who are asking for it, I will do some, I guess you can say, vampire and werewolf spells for you guys, and This might not seem like a good idea for me to do, maybe like a ruin of reputation or something like that, but the only reason why I would do it is for you. And when I feel, from what I've read on all kinds of books that I've ever read, transformation is possible, but it is something that has to be practiced. And it's not like a big dramatic transformation, because shaman, for example, they would, you know, have certain dances and certain animals that they actually felt was their totem animal. And they wouldn't exactly completely transform. They would, the only thing that would really transform was their behavior. They would have certain animal behaviors that related to the animal that they actually felt was their totem animal. And transformation is also really possible when it comes to the astral world. So the thing about this in transformation is, I think I'm going to have to just call this a transformation video. Spells and transformation video, that's what I'm going to call it. The thing about this is that if spirits and dark things can manifest their way into our world, how are we not able to manifest ourselves into something else? You know? And I feel that this is something that is probably like way mind over matter. And you see, I'm just tossing possibilities out there. It's just my way of thinking and how I see this, you know. It's something, if a spirit can manifest here in a physical way to where we can feel them and they can actually physically move things, why can't we do that? You know, we are basically a spirit within a puppet. You know, we can imagine this as a puppet, and we're inside of us, it's spirit and our soul. You know, so basically spirits are spirits without their puppets. And that's how I see it. But this is just basically how I feel about when it comes to transformation spells. And for a lot of people, it is hard. This is something that is always debated between witches and stuff, all based on different, you know, beliefs. Some witches, or, you know, whatever you may want to call yourself, practitioner of magic, each of them have their own beliefs. And some of them absolutely don't believe in transformation. Some of them do. Some of them are open to the possibility of it. And I think I'm, you know, one of those ones. I like to, you know, I like to be in the middle and open-minded. I try not to be as closed-minded, and I try to reason with people who may bring it up to me and stuff like that. And I feel that if you are a werewolf or a vampire, not saying that, you know, it's true or not, I think that I'd be a lot more discreet than some that may, say that they are werewolf and vampire. I think if I was that type of, you know, being, then I wouldn't be flaunting it everywhere like I was the shiz. Because if you were a werewolf, vampire, or whatever else may be out there, if you think about it, you're just human. You know, you're just human that can change into something else, an animal or something like that, or you're just human that's a bit stronger and maybe can smell better or has better eyesight and stuff like that. And I don't feel that if there were vampires that they're necessarily like the ones off of TV. I think TV really dramatically makes things different than what they may truly be in real life. You know, like, there's, just because of what we made it out to be as supernatural, it's only because that's what we made it out to be. If the word supernatural or paranormal didn't necessarily exist, Bigfoot or werewolf, lycanthrope, and vampires and stuff like that wouldn't be considered paranormal or impossible and stuff like that. They would be like another animal, another type of human being, because we're all animals basically. You know, we live, we breathe, and everything like that. We're just different types of animals. And that's how I feel. Like, maybe a vampire is just a different type of person, just a little bit, you know, stronger, smells better, or a little bit faster. Not like super speed, but, you know, a little bit more of something else. And that's how I see it. And I'm sorry if, like, maybe I'm offending some people that are like, okay, Akasha, you know what, that's just enough. Don't encourage this type of thing. But this is just, you know, me trying to make this, I guess, easy for everyone in some sort of way. You know, like, you know, just think about it. Like, we'd be Bigfoot, just another animal, this really big one, you know, hairy and stuff like that. And I think that, you know, when it comes to evidence and stuff like that, it is important, and that's why I don't necessarily say straight up, you know, I believe in werewolves, I believe in vampires. I believe in possibilities, and I believe in possibilities of werewolves and vampires and stuff like that. You know, it's a possibility, not necessarily saying completely that I believe in it. And, holy crap, I made this really long, I'm so sorry. So anyways, the point is that transformation spells is something that I believe takes time. And you would have to slowly manifest into your world.